Hello everyone. Today we have a flying preparation yoga flow to help your body to mobilize a little bit to get ready for being in a seated position for a long period of time. So it's really helpful to help your body to be mobilized throughout the day. However, when you can't do that, let's compensate a little bit by doing a little bit of pre-flying yoga to make sure that we're taking care of our bodies, even on our traveling days. So without further ado, let's get started. So first, you're gonna come into a cross-legged seated position. So one leg crossed on top of the other. Now we're just gonna do a couple of neck rolls and some shoulder rolls, okay? So take a deep breath in, rotate your head one direction, and then feel free to pause with your head leaning forward, looking at the top of one knee. And then use your hand to help you to stretch out your neck a little bit more. Okay. And then feel free to pause at the other direction, looking at the other knee, and use your hand to help you to stretch your neck a little bit more. And then after that, feel free to rotate your head a little bit more. Okay. And then let's do some shoulder rolls. Okay. And then we're gonna make it kind of fun because we're gonna fly. That might not be fun, but shoulder rolls can be fun. So we're gonna do some isolated shoulder rolls. So you're gonna shrug your shoulders first, roll them forward, drop them down, and roll them back. So that's one cycle. Once again, shrug, forward, drop, back, shrug, forward, drop, back, and then let's reverse it. Okay, so shrug, back, drop, forward, shrug, back, drop, forward. Now you can connect the dots one direction and then the other direction. Then this pose can also be practiced when you're flying. So when you're watching that movie on the entertainment hub, you can start doing some isolated shoulder rolls, especially when the lights are dimmed and nobody can see each other's faces. You can start to discreetly doing this even when you're flying to bring some mobility to your shoulder blades, and it's also helpful for your necks. Also, with the head rolls that we have done earlier, you can also do that discreetly when you're flying. Okay, nicely done. From here, you're gonna bring your hands together. So clasp them together, but bring them to the back of your neck. So you're cradling the back of your neck, and then we're gonna do some chest opening stretches. Okay, so take a deep breath in, round your back first. And when you breathe out, try to open up your arms a little bit. So this should be a pretty intense but seated chest opening. So do it a couple times. You can round your back, and then back, open your chest, open your elbows, and then another time. Nicely done. And then you're gonna change the clasping of your hands, so the way that doesn't feel so familiar. And let's do the same thing. So round your back, bring your elbows in first, and then open your elbows and open your chest. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more time together. Round your back. Out. Breathe out. Depending on how much space you have beside you on the plane, you might be able to do some chest openings as well. However, if that's not accessible to you, what you can do is that you can be in a seated position and do the following spinal twists. Okay, so for us, we're gonna do a half lotus. So right foot on top of your left hip first, right foot on top of your left hip first, and then we're gonna do some spinal twists. Okay, lift up and rotate to the right side. And then just keep breathing in and out deeply. So when you're flying, you might not be able to reach some space behind your seat. So what you can do is to bring your right hand to be on top of your left hip if that's accessible to you. Okay, just really try to open that right shoulder up so you're getting a pretty delicious chest opening here and a really good spinal twist. All right, and then let's switch to the other side. So left foot on top of the right hip this time. Take a deep breath in and twist to the left side. Once again, when you're flying, you might not be able to reach for some space behind you. So what you can do is to bring your left hand to be on top of your right hip. Just try to rotate open your left shoulder here several times. Okay, just breathe in and out deeply. Nicely done. Great. So that's all the things that you can do even when you're flying, when you're in a seated position. Okay, so one more thing that you can do when you're in a seated position in a more discreet fashion is that when we're seated, you can do some side body tree poses, right? So you can breathe in, straighten up, and when you breathe out, lean to the side. So that you can do when you have space beside you. When you're on a plane, you might not be able to do that easily. So what you can do instead is to just bring your one shoulder down. Okay, so keep your shoulders in one plane and then just bend to the right side by dropping one shoulder. Okay, you can also bring your head over if you have space. And then the other side, drop your shoulder down, your left shoulder down this time. And try to keep your shoulders in one plane so you can really feel that side body stretch. Okay, nicely done. All right, from here, we're gonna do some things that we can still do when we're not flying, okay? So bring your feet together, knees apart. We're gonna do some forward folds in a butterfly pose. So a butterfly pose is really good for hip opening, and it's not too invasive in the sense that it's not too difficult or complex of a pose. Okay, so with your feet together, we're gonna fold forward for several breaths. Breathe in, lengthen. When you breathe out, fold forward. And you can hold in this forward fold position for several breaths. Or if you want to add more mobility and aerobic actions into your practice before you're flying, then feel free to fold forward with each breath. Okay, so either hold in one position or just keep breathing out and folding forward. Nicely done. Okay, from here, you're gonna transition into the pigeon pose. So keep that right leg bent, but kick your left leg out. Right, now we're just gonna be dynamic again and fold forward. Times breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, fold forward several times. And feel free to arch your back and broad your back as you fold forward. So we're folding down, arch your back, then you're folding up, round your back. Arch your back, round your back, arch your back, round your back. From here, we're going to get into a downward facing dog to just pedal out your feet a little bit and come into a pigeon pose on the other side. Okay, so left foot forward, left knee bent, and right leg is straightened out in the back. Okay, just breathe in, arch your back, and breathe out, arch your back as you fold forward. Arch, around, arch, around. Just keep going. From here, downward facing dog again. And now we're gonna do a child's pose. So wide-legged child's pose. Knees wide apart. Sit your hips on your heels if you can. And then just bring your forehead onto the mat. And from here, lift your hips up. And keep your hands on the mat. Make sure to keep a 90-degree angle with your legs. And then just let your shoulders open here for several breaths in this pose. Just breathe in and out deeply through your nose. Okay, optional, you can bring your chin onto the mat for some deeper shoulder stretches. And from here, just bring your hips forward into a sphinx pose. Into upward facing dog. back into the child's pose. And that was it for our quick pre-flight yoga flow to get you prepared for a long journey. And the first portion of the class, which I'll have a little banner showing you the things that you can do even when you're seated in the flight. And I really hope that you're going to take advantage of your flying time to do some quick rotations to help your body to still feel energized and mobile even when you're flying. Thank you so much for joining me, and safe flight. I'll see you next time on the mat.